it's just difficult to place this problem that you are threatened to be kidnapped is not something that you can be very good with.
Yeah.
But still, I'm trying to be reasonable and just to do the things that I can do, and for the rest, not think about it so much.
Yeah. When were you contacted by the Belgian police or the security services? When was it exactly?
It was like exactly 24 hours ago. Here where I am right now is 8:30, and it was 9 o'clock yesterday morning. They called me and they have asked me if I am in Belgium. And when I said no, it was like a very long, still to a very long. They didn't tell me anything until I said, right now I'm in America. And then he was a little bit, he felt better because he thought, okay, at least I am not in Turkey. And then he continued to say, okay, what you should absolutely know is that you cannot go to a trip to Turkey right now, and the countries like Turkey, because there is apparently a plan for kidnapping you from a third country like Turkey.
Mm.
And this is the plan of Islamic Republic of Iran. And now we have been contacted from other intelligence services, and it's very important that you know you cannot go to such a destinations.
Was it the reason for you that you flew to California, or was it
No,
already
no.
planned?
Yeah, this is a vacation that I have with my whole family. It was planned already long time
Mm.
ago.
And what did they exactly tell you about the nature of the threat? Was it already been planned that they get you to Turkey and then from there they take you to Thailand?
Normally they didn't talk about the details of
Yeah.
what the plan was or is, because of the to make sure that the research continues and it brings the research not in danger. But I think that they even should not plan anything, because sometimes together with my family, we saw each other in a third country like Turkey, because they cannot come to Belgium and I cannot go back to Iran. It's something that sometimes happens that we meet each other there. And I think it's the reason that they wanted to plan something there for kidnapping.
Do you think that they are secretly also spying on some of your family members?
It is not that I think it is like that.
Mm.
They are doing it such a long time, even when I was living in Iran, because I am born and grown up in Iran until when I was 25. And I know that they had spies on my family, on me, on listening to the telephones, and those things are the normal and routine things that they do even right now, because it's the only way that they can know every movement that we take. When I was in Iran, I was also active as a student in Tehran University as a fighter for my rights and for women's rights and democracy and freedom. So I know how their system it works. They gather every information from us and they use it whenever it is suitable for them.
This is the first threat that you have received, or there have been other threats in recent months or years?
This is not the first time. It's like they have always tried to control me, try to see where I go, and also this is not the first time that they have they approached me, because I have been for the last years I have been contacted from the security forces in Belgium several times. It has been always a threat, but this time it is about kidnapping. And that's the first time that really I have been confronted with the fact that they are planning to take me away. And of course, you can be attacked cyber with a cyber attack. You can be vigilant because you have had a call from security services. But really being kidnapped, if you think about it, then your life will be finished. It will be a hell every day through every day. And you are in a prison like I have been before in a prison. And I know what this prison means. This is a prison that you never know when will you ever see the sunlight or not. This is every day being somewhere and never know if you ever will be free again. And that was really shocking, and it's very uh, strong feeling against how is such a thing possible, because this is not only an attack on an Iranian woman, this is an attack on Western democracies. I am a member of the Belgian parliament. I am chosen democratically to decide about the things that I am in the Committee of Foreign Affairs and Defense. So this is my job to do whatever I am doing, and uh, I'm not planning to act or work other. Still, I know that there is a very big risk and danger for me and for my family, but this is unacceptable. And that's why I think that not only Belgian government, but also all other Western governments and European governments should take measures against this sort of hostage diplomacy. And because of this problem, which is such a long time busy, I have had also one resolution, which it's now accepted with the majority of parliament 10 days ago, about putting the Revolutionary Guard of Islamic Republic on the terror list of Europe, and also to take measures to end this sort of hostage diplomacy, which is still busy, and they have a lots of other hostages of European and other Western countries in Iran itself.
Do you feel that you're sufficiently protected by the European security services?
Um, Never is enough. It
Mm.
is, even though you are protected, even though that the security services contact me and survey everything and take measures if it's necessary, but I know that nothing is enough to be really ensured that I am safe. I'm glad for what I'm having, what I take from the government. But I think this is not only my problem. They should know what the next steps should be to stop this regime once for always. And I know the language of diplomacy is a very important issue. We should first try every diplomatic doors to go further, but I think it's such a long time, the time that we give up on really talking with this regime, because nothing helps. If you see that even now they are planning to kidnap a parliament member of Belgium, then you know that talking with these monsters doesn't give any results. And there is only one solution, that we can be all of us safe in the future, and that is if this regime changes. And I hope that it can, if we European Western countries take the correct measures with help of Iranian people inside of Iran, which are millions against this Islamic ideologic regime, then we can do it all together.
Why do you think that you are a threat to them? What is it that you do that bothers them so much?
Yeah, it's a very long story. It's actually my life. The reason that I am in life, this is a problem for them. The reason is that I have been always active, even as young students in Iran itself. against this regime because I know that Iranian people and Iran could have another better democratic and secular system. So I fought against this regime with everything that I had. And that's why that I was in the prison of Ayatollahs. But then when I came to Europe, of course, I studied again. I am still a
Sorry,
dentist.
sorry to cut you. Yeah, it just the time that you were in prison, it was for how long were you there in prison?
I have been there for 24 days, but
Okay.
not in normal prison. I was in the prison of Tawhid, which is a prison made by secret services and intelligence services. You know that intelligence services of Iran, they are one of the worst, and no one comes alive outside it. Why? The reason that I was alive was really a miracle. And the only reason it was that they had searched my husband and they couldn't find him. So they released me on a very expensive bail so that I can go outside and temporarily released to search my husband for them, which I didn't do, of course. And that was the only reason that I was temporarily released. Otherwise, maybe I was executed because at that moment there are a lot of other people who are killed. So this was a miracle that I am still alive. But once I came out of Iran, I didn't forget that although I am a dentist, I studied against and I had my diploma again. But still, I didn't forget that there is something very important, even for Western countries, happening in the region. And the Western countries should also be aware of the danger that they have been threatened. And that's why I began to write and I stepped to the politic to do the things for the Western country, which also gives the Iranian people the chance to have a democratic country. So, of course, the Ayatollahs don't like it. I have been always, if you search on Google, you will see that also I have been a very loud and clear sound against the gender discrimination in Iran. I have had a campaign of let Iranian women enter their stadiums, which I traveled around the world to raise the awareness about the situation of Iranian women in Iran. And of course, in the politic, also, I am a very efficient person if it goes about the foreign policy of Europe and Iran. And like, as I told you also last week, we had a resolution which was accepted by the parliament, Belgian parliament, about the Revolutionary Guard of Iran's Iranian regime and about the hostage diplomacy. So those are the things which can be really annoying for this regime, which doesn't know any other language than the language of force. And we show that we are capable of defending ourselves and our values and Western values. I hope that the other leaders of the Western countries also can see how far they can go, how dangerous they can be for our country and our civilizations. If you look at what they are doing to support Russia, to give them drones and weapons, to support them in a very cruel war against Ukraine and against Europe, then you know that they are capable of everything. The only thing that we should never forget is they are not only against Darya Safai, they are against the whole Western civilization and the whole Western countries. And that's the moment that we can act because they are at their weakest points and we should be strong enough and we should make them weaker until the Iranian people can make this regime done forever.
Do you see some similarities, for example, with the Islamic State, with Taliban, with Afghanistan? Do you see some theme that goes on? Maybe Iran is the most powerful, but do you see that this kind of intimidation is a common thing in all of these um, organizations.
Yeah, of course. They are exactly similar as Taliban, as IS, Islamic State. The only thing is that they have also the power, they had at least the power to make nuclear weapon, to make proxies like uh, Houthis, Hamas, Hezbollah, Hashd al-Shabi of Iraq, also in Afghanistan, in Pakistan, the whole region, they make a hell from the region. Every country, even in Syria with Bashar al-Assad, every country in the region is in war because of the Iranian regime. This Islamic regime, which is based on Sharia and Islamic ideology, exactly like Taliban and IS, they are also strong. They have been strong to kill the people on the name of this ideology. And of course, now recently, after 12 days of war, and after the attack of Israel and America, they are weakened. But still, we should never forget they can still build themselves up. That's why Europe should activate the snapback mechanism, should activate all of the sanctions until they have the time, because we don't have the time forever. This snapback mechanism can be activated, as I am right, until October. Otherwise, it's too late. And we should never give them the chance to have still money to found terrorist organizations, or to continue what they are doing with Revolutionary Guard of Islamic Republic. Those things, we should just paralyze them. And that's how the Iranian people can, from inside out, they bring this regime to the end.
Just between brackets, because of the Iranian regime is Shiite, and then maybe the Taliban, I think it's Sunni. Do you think that even between Shia and Sunnah there is something, some commonalities?
You're right. They are Shiites, and the other one, the Sunnis. But at the point of that they have both Sharia as law, for example, that they have both of them laws against the women's rights, those things, or the hatred that they have, they hate Western countries, those are in common. And that comes from Islamic ideology, political Islam. And that's how they find each other. And at the last point, they are a sort of friends, and against a common enemy. And who is this common enemy? Western countries, of course. They
Even
don't want us to be strong.
even if they between like even when we compare both, there are some huge differences sometimes. So even on that, they found a common ground, which is a kind of a scapegoat, which is the Western civilization.
That's right. And I can tell you the Islamic Republic of Iran, when it was based in 1979 in their constitution, it is written even that the Revolutionary Guard Corps of Islamic Republic of Iran has made the base of the ideology that they should export their revolution to the whole world, the Islamic ideology, export that to the whole world and fight against external Western countries. This is how their constitution are based on the hatred, right? The hate against the Western countries. And that's what they are going to do. They have done it not only from inside Iran, but also from other proxy militias in the region, in different other countries, also through regime of Assad, through Houthis, which still attacks. They attack our ships, Western ships on the Red Sea, and also through Hezbollah in Lebanon, and also Hamas. And what's actually the people in Gaza nowadays are making is because of how they supported Hamas and how they began this war on 7 October, and who pays off the whole people in the region. They are poor, they are armed, they are in a war because of this regime. And
Mm,
that's why I'm saying so many people who leave their countries toward Europe, we can give them their country back. We can make from the whole region a better place to live if this to live if this monstrous country regime actually will be thrown down. And that's what we should do, because at that moment we solve the problem in many other countries in the region. And the people who are now coming to Europe as refugees, they wanted nothing better than staying in their own country if there was no war.
mm.
Why are those wars busy? Every time you find Iranian regime, the long arms of Iranian regime in those wars.
Yeah, in the sense of like you like Iran, it is your country, you like everything about it, you like the culture, but it is the regime that makes you took all of this steps in your life and reinvented your life here. But that's why maybe your fight is still connected to that as well. And
Course, I am born Iranian, and
yeah.
I loved and I love my country
Mm,
of birth, because it's not the fault of my country which that regime is killing my people there. That's why the love for the country can never be replaced. The problem is that we should save this country, and this country, which is one of the most beautiful countries with a very ancient culture of the people who are one of the friendliest, best people of the world, they don't deserve this. They don't even want this. Such a long time they are fighting for freedom. They are fighting for democracy. Imagine that they can make it. And they can make it because they know what is theocracy, what is dictatorial regime. They want nothing better than that. And they are giving their lives for it. Can you imagine in 3 years ago, after that they killed innocent Masa Amini, a girl of 23 years old, people of Iran, they were like 4 months on the streets. They have been killed. They have been blinded, but still they didn't go home. They said, now, once forever, we are going to make it. Of course, the suppression is so bloody that after 4 months, when they saw never a little support of other Western countries, they couldn't continue. But now the Iranian regime is very weak, and I hope and I think that it can be at every moment that again a very strong protest against this regime will be organized.
And so now, what would it take for Europe to list the regime, the IRGC, as a terrorist organization, as your resolution proposed? What would it take? What are the steps?
Normal, if there is a list, then on this list you have terrorist organizations, and if a Revolutionary Guard Corps of Islamic Republic is one of those organizations, then it will be very difficult that they get money or that they come outside Iran. As you know, the Revolutionary Guard of Iran, they had also a branch, Quds.
Yeah.
Its name is Quds. What Soleimani was the leader of this branch of outside Iran. So, as you see, they are terrorists that they are not only busy inside Iran, but also in the whole region and outside Iran, and even in Europe, they organizing terrorist attacks. So if we know that, we should just cut the financial support that they are getting by selling gas or oil. And that's the point, that putting a Revolutionary Guard on the terror list, it helps that no one wants to make deal with them, even China and Russia. What is the advantage of making deal with terrorist organization? that is on the list of Europe. So that's how important it is for cutting their financial income because they are a terrorist organization. And I hope that Europe can make it right now because talking with these monsters, you can waste your time. You can give them the chance to get stronger again, but you can never, never find a solution that they accept Western countries as they have the right to exist.
So back to Belgium, as what has let's have to say it. How did your colleagues in the European Parliament or in your political party react? Did they contact you? Did the Prime Minister, the whoever, contact you? Or
They are very concerned.
yeah,
They contact me, they message me. Right now, I'm not in Belgium, and they are very concerned, of course,
mm,
because not only that I am a colleague of them, they are thinking about fact that is this a democratic country that a member of our parliament of our party cannot talk about what she is thinking, and if she works hard to the things that we also think the same, she can be kidnapped. This is a very dangerous step. And of course, they are very concerned. This is a Western parliament.
mm,
And if we attack Darya Safai in the Belgian parliament, it's like we attack democracy, all democracy. And that's how it works. Making someone afraid of his life or of her life. If this person stops, then actually democracy stops. And that's why I am not going to stop. I am going to work hard like I have always done. And I have the support of my party and I have the support of my colleagues. And I am very happy that the security services are very vigilant as it goes about my safety.
did Mr. De Wever send you a message or?
Um, as you see, he is on vacation and I don't bother no one. They are in the flights here and there. And lots of colleagues and lots of people right now are on vacation. And it's not that I need personally contact. I know that that system supports me and I am glad with it.
Um, so what can other ordinary, or let's say other people from other nationalities, Europeans, do to support your cause and the Iranian people fight for this, for freedom, I guess?
Yes, it's very important that they know every support that they give this Iranian people is not only for Iranian people, it's for their own future. First of all, being convinced of what they are doing. They should know that it goes not only about the future of children in Iran, but also about the future of their own children. Look at what is the Western countries has became after the invasion of ideologic Islam and the political Islam. And the reason that the political Islam has get so strong also in outside those Islamic countries is because Khomeini can show the Islamists that the Islamists can win a war with force and with power. So that's the message that we should counter and we should work against it. What can be better for Europe to have a democratic, secular country which is so strong in Middle East? What can they do to support those people whenever they are on the streets? A lots of things. Not only supporting, for example, to providing internet because they don't even have internet. When they are protesting in Iran, all internet network is closed, shut down. So we have system of Starlink, for example, which can be used without the internet of government in Iran itself. What can they still do? Supporting morally. The people of Iran, they don't need sending money or sending, for example, a sort of army, but they need that they know that European countries are with them. At the last time, 3 years ago, unfortunately, it was so absent. You should talk about it in place of, for example, even Belgian government. At the moment that Iranian people were killed on the streets of Iran, they gave the most important terrorist who was captured in Belgium, Asadullah Assadi. They gave him back to this regime without even asking for more than four hostages.
Mm.
Still, Professor Jalali of Belgium still is in the prison. That was the golden moment, at least, of asking him also back. Iranian regime was ready to give everything that they had for this one Asadullah Assadi terrorist, but even that they didn't do. And the people of Iran, they saw it. They saw that the Western country, they left them alone. They have been killed, but they thought, okay, we are going to do it for our own freedom. But even that couldn't bring any result. Why? Because they were alone. Nowadays, the Iranian people are happy to have this elimination of the generals of Revolutionary Guard by Israel. They are happy that America bombs the nuclear sites. Of course, killing the people, innocent people, is not okay, but eliminating the nuclear side of Iranian regime is so important. And I can guarantee you, in the last war, um, there was so many things that it was good for the Iranian people. They made the regime weak, and as they are weak, the Iranian people can prevail and go further.
Um, how is the not the mood, but how is it with your family? Are you guys sticking together more than ever? Are you guys having conversation between each other? Like,
It's just something very special in my family, you know. Um, I am grown up like that, and with me, my husband. So, I have two sort of family: a family in Iran and my own family, husband and children here in Western countries. What is very important to know is, of course, my mother called me and cried and said, "Are you safe? Just let me see you. Let me know that you are safe. Is it dangerous? The things." And of course, I should always let her know that, yes, Mama, everything is all right. But no, everything is not all right. Even inside my family, we try not to talk about it a lot because this is a sort of life that my husband and me, we have chosen for. We have chosen to fight until we get the freedom in Iran and for the whole world, make a better world. My children accept it also, and they are also sort of proud because they know, as children who are born and grown up in Belgium, they know this is a noble ideal. This is something that you fight for freedom, and if you are not free, then you are not human being. That's what have learned, that Western values like democracy, um, having the basic human rights, what their mother and their father they didn't have. This is the basic right of every human being. You want to have a better world, you should make your own country a better place. And that's why they also, even though they are always worried about their parents, and I am also worried about them even, but they have always chosen for accepted this and they are proud of. No, it's not funny to have on vacation a call of security services that my life can be in danger if I go back, if I go to some countries like Turkey. It's very awful, but it is what it is, and it doesn't mean that I will stop to live like I have always done. And I hope that my children and my husband and myself, we are safe, and I can count on the security services in Belgium. And I hope that the leaders in Europe, they can also see what is better for their own futures.
um, I have a last question, but this might be a little bit more too personal. But when you see that the Iranian regime drives its how to say this, drives this the regime, it's Islamic. Does it affect sometimes your personal faith or personal spirituality when you say that maybe they have the same texts that maybe I am basing, or like that's my faith as well, is derived from? Do you have this
I am glad that I have the freedom of saying that I don't believe in what they are believing in.
mm,
No, I have. Unfortunately, I don't think that such a thing can exist, that you kill the people in the name of God, what sort of God it can be. And I didn't search a lot. They have done so much bad to us as a child, as a human being, as a woman. They made us so unhappy. We lost the dignity as a human being in Iran, that I know that I am not really someone who believes in their idea of religion even.
mm,
Um, yes, that's right. It is like personal things, and it's not important. But I think which woman can believe in what they are doing in the name of God? And some of the people say, but no, they are doing it in the name of God, but God didn't say that. I have had the time to study a little bit, and it's like God said such a thing, but it's like 1,400 years ago. I said, even if God said that, no worries. But it's for the time that we have already 1,400 years, we put it behind. Why should we still have something like Sharia law? Why? And unfortunately, as you know, even we see that it goes further than only Islamic countries. If you look at the Sharia courts in England, if you look at how the extreme Islamists get the freedom to do whatever they want in the Western countries, I don't say Muslims. I don't. I am not against believing in Islam or Muslims. This is a belief. This is a religion. But believing in Sharia in 2025, this is how it works nowadays in several Western cities, big cities like London, like England. Like also we have Sharia courts in other countries, Western countries.
Brussels even,
Yes, and
yeah, from Belgium.
that is what I say. Does the world, that does the do the Western countries, they recognize the danger? They see we in Iran, we were a free country as well. Okay, we were not democratic, that's right, but we had social liberties. Nowadays, Sharia has made a very controversial country from Iran, which we don't deserve. Do the Western countries make this link that Islamism and politic Islam and ideologically Islam, or Islam, if you don't make limits around it, can be dangerous for Western countries? Do they realize that? That's what I'm also trying to make clear, that we should preserve our societies as they are. If someone wants the Sharia law, I recommend that they go back to the countries with the Sharia law to see how the life there is. We don't want it in Western country. Even the people in the region, they don't want it. And I hope with all my heart for Iranian people, not only for them, for every people in the whole region, peace and prosperity for the future. That will be a good thing also for Western countries and especially for Europe.
Okay. Thank you very much for the interview. And I will send you the article
That's
once it's published.
okay. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you.
Have
Bye-bye.
a great
Bye.
time. Bye.
Bye.